Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as you hear the horn, that's the end of the race.
Hello, everybody. Dan Debenham. This is stop number 4 of the Bud Wakeboard Series. We're in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia, where action is fast and furious. Believe me, they are flying all over the lake today. Speaking of fast and furious and flying, here's my partner, Tony Finn, the contributing editor to Wakeboarding Magazine.
Well, Dan, I got to tell you, I'm predicting a world record today by 1, 2, or possibly even 3 riders. The level has gone up that much. And I'm also looking forward to the matchup between world champion Scott Byerly and tour champion Darren Shapiro. Right here, I got Darren. Hey, Darren, anything special we should look for today between you and Scott Byerly? Do you have any revenge you want to get out?
No, just, stand up my runs, ski well, and be stoked.
You think you're going to get a world record today?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but there's a good chance.
And there is the man that Darren Shapiro will try to beat today, Scott Byerly, the 1994 world champion. But he shall wait as well as we get set and begin our action with Dean Lavelle. This is the Mastercraft Pass and his first of 2, Tony Finn.
Yeah, remember, Dan, in the Mastercraft Pass, the riders get 25 seconds to perform their 5 best tricks, and then on their second pass, they can even throw in a wild card. Here comes Dean. Fakie into the wake, a fakie to front railing. Now watch that freestyle clock up in the left-hand corner because they only have 25 seconds in which to complete their pass. There's an air front flip for Dean. Now watch as he turns aboard the fakie and a back to front roll. Boom, a method front flip. Clean, Dean going big, and an air Mobius. Oh, doctor.
I'll tell you, he had a great first run. Let's go ahead and take a look back, Tony Finn, and tell me where he scored some big points.
Well, each trick has a specific point value. That was a back to front roll. That's 1,300 points. Then he does a front flip and grabs it method. That grab gives him an extra 50 points. That trick's worth 1,250. But here's the big trick right here. An air Mobius, a flip with a helicopter. That's 1,600 points, and that's huge.
All right, you see the total that he has right there, but this is his second run. Keep in mind that you are judged on your 2 runs, and not only on the style, but also the difficulty of your tricks. There's the freestyle clock counting down 25 seconds and counting down for Dean Lavelle.
There's a Dean! He's gonna barefoot. He's gonna get some extra stop points here. He needs more speed. Dean falls and goes for it. This is why we call him a 10-eventer. I hope the driver picks up the speed. Come on, man. You need to go 34 to barefoot. There he goes. All right. Clean Dean Lavelle. He's not going to break the world record, but you know what? At least he's having a good time out there. That was fun.
What happened here?
Looks like he gets a little bit too far over on his end. Can't quite pull it back. That's unfortunate because he was potentially on a world record pace after that incredible first pass. But then, Dean's a 10-eventer. He does it all. He wakeboards, he barefoots, he freestyle jumps, he air chairs, and he's just out here to please the crowd.
Yeah, he has the presence of mind to keep on going and picks up a total score of 12,000 plus points. And as we said, they are now scoring in the 20,000 range, and so that will be far from enough to finish in first place. This man may win one day out here on the tour. His name is Eric Lecht. He goes by the nickname of Gator. He is only 5 feet 6 inches tall, 135 pounds, but he is buff.
He has to be buff to get the amount of air that he gets. But you know what, Dan? Why is he wearing that whole hat?
I think
it's about 95 degrees here today.
I think that's for extra style points.
He's probably going to get some extra stuff for that. That's a nice grab roll to revert. Back to front flip. He loses the hat. He could have a problem now. Air mobe. Oh! Over rotation. A slight over rotation on that air mobe. And I'll tell you what, once he lost that hat, I think his run was over.
Lost a little concentration as well. Here he sets up, and what went wrong?
Well, he gets a good carve off the wake. This is a very difficult trick. He misses the handle, actually. He misses the handle. That causes him to over-rotate slightly and bounce, and he goes down.
Well, a lot of people say that this young man, Eric Lecht, as you see his first total of 6,200, is the future of wakeboarding. He's young, he's aggressive, and he is very talented.
Well, he's known as the world's best freerider, and he certainly lives up to that billing. Golly, that's a huge slob front flip to fakie. But he hasn't put it together in competitions that often. He's only got 10 seconds left here. Ooh, and he goes down right there. It's going to be close to see who's in first place right now between Dean and Gator, both of them falling.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that fall once again. Here comes Eric Lecht. He is really concentrating at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't get quite enough rotation. Now, he has put it together in a few contests. He is the world champion in the expression session, but sometimes here on the Bud Tour, he goes down.
Well, disappointment for Gator Lecht, and a total of 6,290 for that pass, a two-pass total of 12,490. So Eric will take a ride to the shore as we get set to watch Insane Zane. Zane Schwenk is coming up next.
The shrimp bisque is terrible.
This is back to the Bud Wakeboard Series. We are in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia, and that is Darren Shapiro, the defending tour champion and this year's points leader.
Right now, Darren's the points leader, but it's a lot tougher for him this year. We have guys like Zane, Byerly, Lavelle, all nipping at his heels, and it's going to be tough and interesting to see who comes out on top at the end of the season.
Well, this is the birthday boy, Zane Schwenk. Just a couple of days ago, he turned 20 years of age, and boy, I'll tell you, they are young, but they are really good out here on the tour.
Zane is a big surprise this year. A lot of people didn't think he would perform that well, but he sticks his passes. He very rarely falls. Sometimes he gets slammed on style points, but there it is, a nice air fake. He rolled the front, 4 seconds left, and Zane nails his first pass.
Well, Tony, he certainly knows what he's doing. He's a professional water skier at Cypress Gardens, and he is showing how good he is out here with wakeboarding as well.
There's a nice air fake. He rolled the front. You know, when I say Zane gets slammed on style points, let's watch his second pass and see how his style is. Sometimes he tends to break at the waist or do what we call butt checks when your derriere drags on the bottom.
Your derriere drags. All right, this is Mastercraft number 2. He does have the highest point total for his first pass to date.
See, there goes a little butt check right there for Zane, and he's going to lose a few star points on that fakey-to-fakey railie. A tantrum right there for Zane. See how he looks a little bit jumbled, but he nails all his tricks. Got one more trick left. That's it. It's a scarecrow. Zane Schwenk. Oh, and he goes for a tantrum to fakey as a wild card, and he nails that too. All right, Zane.
Once again, slow motion. Watch Zane throw that tantrum. Oh, lands it. Butt checks, as you were talking about, but skis away. He's very strong and is able to hold on. He's 5'7", 150 pounds. We have a total on that pass of 9,437 points. That will vault him into the lead with a total score of over 19,000 points.
That's a big, big score for Zane, and that's going to put some heat on our next competitors. Looks like right now we have Australian Shannon continuing his wake-about around the country this year.
His wake-about, I love that.
Don't forget to watch that freestyle clock. Remember, they only have 25 seconds to complete 5 tricks. Shannon looks like he's looking down at his board to see what he wants to do next. He does an air fakey, roll the front. Front flip, ooh, a front flip to fakey. Looks like he got a little bit too far forward and could not hold on.
I'd call that a front flip to a nosedive. Now, you said he was looking down at his board to see what he wants to do next. He actually writes his run list down on his board.
Yeah, sometimes some of the riders do that, or they ride them on their arms or their hands or whatever, because what happens is you're out there competing, and sometimes you might forget what trick you're supposed to do. You have to give the judges your trick list before you go out.
Well, this is his second pass. You saw the score from his first pass. The freestyle clock is winding down, and Shannon Best is winding up.
That was a nice big method front flip for his first trick, and then he comes back with the air method front on his second trick. Air Mobius right in the middle of his pass. He throws the air mobe. That's a huge trick. Then he comes back with the front side back roll to revert. He's only got 4 seconds left. He may not make his last trick. Gets it right in there on time. It's a front flip. Shannon Best comes back with a smooth, clean second pass.
It's really too bad that he went down on that first pass, because his second pass was terrific. If you could have combined the two, well, you know what they say, so much for the what-ifs. All right, let's take a look back at Shannon Best.
Really good Air Mobius. The hand pass is extremely late, though. Look at all the slack he gets, but he holds on.
And that will combine for a great score. That pass was worth 10,130 points. That is the best pass. However, combine that with his fall in the first and just over 16,000 points. Still to come, the world champion, Scott Byerly, and the defending tour champion, Darren Shapiro. Now let's go to Tony Finn, who's standing by with Shannon Best.
Little bit of a problem there on your first pass. What happened on that front flip to fakey?
I just over-rotated it. I was thinking yesterday I came up like really short and landed on my butt, but I still landed it. Today I was going through my head, you know, I got to stick it, and so as I took off the wake, I went too much over the front and just came straight out. Before you even know it, you're in the water just like this. That's part of it.
Hey, but still, you came through, you kept your head together, and you had a great second pass.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to prove something, so I threw a couple of Mobiuses in there, and hopefully I'll be able to get there.
Shannon Best is currently in second place. Insane Zane is in the top spot. Dean Lavelle, Gator, Lecht rounding out 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the Sea-Doo part of our wakeboard series. This was earlier today, and this was the man of the day behind the Sea-Doo. This is Gator.
I'll tell you, Dan, the riders really have a lot of fun going behind that Sea-Doo. It's an Expression Session free riding pass, and Gator excels at free riding, being the Expression Session world champ. Now on the Sea-Doo, you can do anything you want, and the judges judge you on your overall style, how big you go, and how much fun you have. Now watch here as Gator went over the ramp. Whoa! Nice air for Gator. Good slide off the ramp. And I'll tell you, the judges really like the performance, and you can see why.
Yeah, and you bet. And that was enough to give him first place overall. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top 3 then from the Sea-Doo Freestyle Pass. It was Gator, Shannon Best, and Insane Zane. Got a question for you. What's the hottest personal watercraft out on the water? It's not the sailboat, it's the Sea-Doo. Here's Tony Finn with this week's tech tip.
You've seen a lot of the world's best wakeboarders actually performing behind Sea-Doos here on the Bud Tour. Sea-Doos are a great alternative to boats when you need a towboat to go wakeboarding. They're a lot of fun, they're easy to maintain, they're less expensive than a boat, but most importantly, they have a lot of power. Hey, Dean, anything we need to know special about getting up behind the Sea-Doo?
Nope, just as easy as coming up behind the boat. Just keep your board close to your body and head on up.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome back to the Bud Wakeboard Series, and ooh, baby.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, she's a future wakeboarder. I think she's a future wakeboard women's world champ. I mean, I could tell by those glasses.
Right now, Insane Zane is in first place, followed by Shannon Best, Dean Lavelle, and the man they call Gator. This is Scott Byerly, and he's just about ready to attack the course. But earlier, Tony Finn had a chat with Scott.
So, Scott, you really came into your own last fall, winning the World Championships and setting a brand new world record. Describe your feeling that you felt when you realized, hey, I'm the best wakeboarder in the world.
Yeah, well, Tony, I practiced really hard for that contest at the Keys and went there and stood my passes up, and the feeling was just, I mean, I did my job. That's what I do every day, to go out there and win, stand my pass up. I accomplished that there, and I was really happy. I mean, happy, that's the only feeling.
So, has it put extra pressure on you this year? Because besides Orlando, you haven't really performed that well on tour yet.
No, I wouldn't say there's pressure on me. I just been beating myself, falling on Friday, not making it on the cut on to Saturday, and watching everybody ride on Sunday. I mean, it really hurts me really bad to watch everybody, because I should be out there riding. And I just broke the slump, you know. I had to go home and practice the tricks that I've been falling on. I came here and put it all together and into Sunday.
Now, from a personal standpoint, I'm really looking forward to seeing you and Darren, ride today. I mean, that's going to be unreal. How do you feel about that matchup?
Yeah, I'm sure he has his strategy, and I got mine, and it's going to be a battle. And I think somebody's going to break 21,000 this weekend.
Cool. Hey, I noticed you got a picture of somebody there on your shirt. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's Chelsea. She got that for me for Father's Day, so put it on. A little good luck.
Well, this is 22-year-old Scott Byerly, the reigning world champion. Can he beat out Darren Shapiro today? The freestyle clock is counting down, and Tony Finn, take us through his ride.
Whoa, that's a half cab stalefish roll. Scott Byerly does a lot of unique tricks. Indy tantrum for Scott. He looks really smooth today, looks really focused. A switch stance roll for Scott. got 5 seconds left. One more trick. Yes, the Mobius, Scott Byerly. That is a great first pass, and then he just throws a 540 there just for fun. But that first pass looks really smooth for Scott. Great handle pass, good rotation, nails the Mobius.
And when you nail the Mobius and stand up the entire pass, it equates to a lot of points. We'll wait for the total, but take a look again at that crucial handle pass. He hangs on. That was his final trick of the run.
And then here he goes, just kind of messing around right after the run for a 540. That's a tough trick. Scott goes down.
How much did he rack up? How about 10,353 total points? A terrific start for Scott Byerly, and this is his second pass.
Well, if Scott could put together another run like that, he could potentially get the world record that I predicted. I want either Scott or Darren or both of them to get it, or else my prediction is going to be incorrect. There's a nice front flip for Scott Byerly coming back into the wake backside. Grabs the nose on that front flip. He's only got 4 seconds left. He's going to have to pull something out here, and he does. It's a switch stance Mobius. And an air switch stance Mobius. Back-to-back Mobius is the first time I've ever seen that in a competition, and that may be enough for a brand new world record. What do you think of that pass, Dan?
Look at his emotion. That says it all right there. This is a young man who is not easily taken to great emotion, but here he is absolutely stoked.
Here's Scott Byerly on an air fakie roll to front. Nice rotation, smooth landing. Look at the determination in his face as he carves into this wake for his switch stance Mobius. Clean handle pass, smooth rotation. He nails that trick and then just carves it straight away. Only waits about 1 second and goes for the air switch stance Mobius. And it looks like all of Scott's hard work and training has paid off.
In fact, that might be a new world record winning smile. 10,720 points for that run, and a total of, yes!
Oh, Scott Byerly. Looks like you got a big old monkey off your back today with that pass.
Yeah, I'm stoked, man. Been practicing real hard. Put everything together today. Have to see what Darren does.
What about that switch stance Mobius as a wild card? Or no, you did your first switch stance Mobius, then you did an air switch stance Mobius as your wild card. I mean, those were huge.
Yeah, thanks. I've never seen anybody do that one yet, so came out here and stuck it today. I'm so happy.
So Scott Byerly has a new world record, and that means that this man must set his own world record if he's to win here in Philly. Good look at not only your current leader, but the new world record holder, as Scott Byerly just had terrific back-to-back passes, blew the old record away. Now the only question is, can Darren Shapiro pull it out? He is our final competitor out on the water now here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey for this Mastercraft competition. This is his first pass. He gets 2. And Tony Finn, if anybody can set a new world record, it is Darren Shapiro.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Darren has really been riding well. You know, he doesn't have the same total domination that he used to have, but he's been performing well, and he's the only guy right now left on the water, and he's the only guy who can possibly beat Scott. Here goes Darren turning his board to fakie. Fakie rolled to front. Darren's getting big air today. Little slide right there to get some extra style points. Is Mobius, oh, but he almost goes down.
Tony, you gotta wonder if that little sits mark is gonna cost him some style points. He did put his butt in the drink.
But I'll tell you what, it shows a lot of determination from Darren Shapiro. He almost goes down right here. Normally, 99 people out of 100 would have went down right there, but Darren holds on. It may affect his style points, though. We'll have to see. Hey, that's a great first pass. 10,490 points. It did not affect his style too much.
Well, Scott Byerly seems totally uninterested. You can bet that he is very interested, though, and will be watching Darren Shapiro's second pass. Here it comes. Darren Shapiro, keep in mind, has to set a new world record if he is to pull this out.
Darren's going huge. We'll see how huge he goes. He slides right there after that back-to-front grip. Darren getting big air today. Nice method front flip. Carving back into the wake. Fakie. A fakie roll right there. He took off fakie and landed fakie. You can see his fin right there. And then he goes for a front side tail grab. Fakie roll to front. Oh, doctor. And there's the Mobius. A switch stance Mobius for Darren. Darren nailed his passes. But is it enough to beat Scott's 3 Mobius world record pass.
Well, Chelsea, I am sure, is rooting for her dad. Scott Byerly can only wait and wonder. As we wait, too, for the official scores, let's take a look back at his second pass.
Here's Darren's switch stance Mobius. Do you know how hard these tricks are? The Mobius is got to be the hardest trick in wakeboarding.
Was it enough to catch Scott Byerly? 10-5-2-0. No, it isn't. And so it is Darren Shapiro finishing in second. Scott Byerly is our winner.
Scott Byerly got a victory and a new world record.
Yeah, thanks. I practiced real hard. I've been crashing at the other stops and just came out here this weekend and put it together every day. Real happy.
What about that switch stance mobe? Is that a difficult trick?
Switch stance air mobe. No, that's the first time I've ever seen anybody do it in a contest. First time anybody's done 3 mobes. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Do it every day in practice. Why not out here?
So congratulations to Scott Byerly, who not only picks up the win, but has a new world record to boot. Darren Shapiro in second. Zane, Shannon, and Dean ran out 3, 4, and 5.